The cows have eaten this down pretty good. It's mostly just weeds left. This was the paddock we moved them onto. It's probably been 2 weeks ago now. Losing track of time. I've been so busy with this house getting it done over here. The last 3 weeks, really, we've been every single day over there working except Sunday. And it's just consumed all of my time. And farm work, YouTube, a lot of that stuff's just kind of fallen by the wayside. It's the only way I could do it and cope, because you can only do so much in a day. So I really need to get the weeds cut on this. I'd like to do it before the growing season's totally over with. As you can see, these two fields here, I cut real high, mainly just to mow the tops off of the weeds before they seeded. And it's coming back green and nice, both of these. So we haven't been getting a ton of rain. It is supposed to rain again today. We've been getting like 1/10 of an inch here and there. So it's not, and the growth has slowed way down. Usually when you hit the middle of September, that's when grass really stops growing much here. So we should have enough for them to last until the frost with just what's grown back in the other fields, but it's not growing very much anymore. They've been working on this back pasture a little bit. And they've got it mowed down too. I haven't been filming anything really lately. Now, working on the house, I film little clips of things that we're doing, like with the tile in the shower and putting up trim and installing the vanity and toilet, that kind of stuff. Putting the water heater on, getting power turned on. You know, we're having a lot that's going to be in the last video. I'm making one more video for the cabin, and that's it. So it'll be kind of a fast track preview of everything we did, and then the grand reveal at the end of the video. So we're looking at about, well, this week I should have 99% of all of the work done. Tomorrow the granite people are coming to do the template and measure for the countertops in the kitchen, and then it's gonna take about 8 or 9 days for them to cut it, get it scheduled to come install. So about a week and a half from now, once that goes in, all I have to do is set the fixture in the kitchen, hook it up, plumb it in for the sink, and put 2 pieces of wood trim on in the corners, and that'll be the end of it. So by then we'll have it ready for final inspection. We can get the certificate of occupancy, and they'll be able to move in, Lord willing, hopefully first time on the inspection. So it's I hate it because I like to have a video for y'all every single week, and it just hasn't been possible lately. But we're almost through this phase of life. Oh, I see why you're complaining now. One of y'all got stuck in here, didn't they? Uh-huh. You can come out now. This is Felicity Silkies. What's happening? What's happening? It's the fancy hairdo chickens. See if I can walk them around so the other one will come out. Nice and breezy today. Oh, you guys are all going in. That works too. We moved the pig out of this pen and put some chickens in here. These are right at 2 years old, and we're just checking. Looks like there's 2 eggs in there, or 1 good egg and a couple broken ones. We're just checking to see how often they're laying. If they're not laying very much, we're going to go ahead and send them on down the road. Of course, I still have not gotten our garden planted for fall, unfortunately. And the grass is starting to grow in here again. We did get our seeds started for our cabbage and lettuce and all that though, and the herbs, and those are growing in seed trays. The only thing that's going in here, I think this year, is going to be broccoli. So I'll get this plowed up. Hopefully one day this week, when we get finished up with most of the stuff on the house, I'll go ahead and plow this up again, and we'll get it planted. Probably on that end at this point, because I want to work on building the soil on this end. This is still pretty sandy because we've only used this like a year or two down here where we extended the garden, and I want to get some compost in here and get this soil a little bit better condition because it's pretty rough right now. Howdy, big girl. Are you in heat again? Got the bull hanging out back here. What you doing, Cole? How you doing, buddy? Chili's growing. She's getting big. Yes, you are. You're looking good. We had to bring these two back here to the corral again. The electric fence got left off one night, and she went through it and got out. And then we ended up, we got her back in, plugged it back in, and a day or so later, she went through it again, even with it on, and was out in the road. So anytime that happens, we always pin them up for a few days, let them forget, and that seems to usually work. It's also a really weak hot box. It works great for a majority of the cows that are already trained, but she wasn't trained on a hot fence, so I needed something a lot hotter, which I'm working on getting one of those Cyclops fence chargers probably in a month or so, and we'll put that over there with the high tensile wire instead of the fabric, because she's got to stay away from the bull. We don't want her getting bred just yet. She's not old enough. So with her getting out, we just brought them back over here, put them in the corral. We're feeding them hay, and I need to get the halter back on her anyways, so it worked out. I'm going to try to do that pretty soon again, because she's grown enough now. I think it'll stay on her. What's up, buddy? Looking good. Playing peekaboo. She's still skittish. Gonna have to work with her. Oh, did I startle you? Yeah, I bet. Mm-hmm. What's up, Runt? How you doing? This one's getting big. They're both Herefords. This will be our first full-blooded Hereford that we butcher in a few more months. And then this one will be the second. They're growing though. We got all three ladies in here with the boar. This little stinker never had babies. She let us down big time. So we're going to leave them in here now for a couple months, just to make sure they all can get bred. It's not supper time yet. No. Mm-hmm. Red's just chilling out over there in his shelter. Here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, I know. I'll come get you some scratching. Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies. How's the egg situation looking? Oh, yeah. I wasn't trying to scare everybody. I was just coming to check on you. Get our basket and gather some eggs. I hear you. Yeah. Y'all sure do make a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. Everybody's hanging out over here, huh? This is blocking the wind. There's an egg out here. As soon as we can get the halter back on Chili, we're going to bring them back over here. And instead of using this little solar charger, I'm actually going to jump off of the main charger with a jumper wire, I think. But I really want to get this changed out to the high tensile wire before I do all that. So that's kind of why I've been not really in a hurry to get that done. But if you look at this grass is nice and thick over here. Really nice and thick. And this was nothing hardly just about 2 years ago. And it's from running our meat chickens over here. This whole side has turned into a really nice pasture. This out here does okay, but this never really gets super thick. It stays kind of low. So we've changed our pens over and we're starting to run our meat chickens over here to where hopefully it'll build this up and make the soil better. The key is not letting them stay on there too long because it kills the grass back. I mean, it'll bounce back, but you got to have some good rain. Our meat chickens are growing too, man. They're coming along nicely. What's up, guys? It's awesome. We have lost one bird out of this batch. That's it. Now, there's a few that, like that one right there. That one's kind of small, and that's the way the last one was that actually died. And I think they pick on them because it looks like it's bleeding a little bit. They pick on them when they're little like that, and I think that's probably why they're dying. But that's not bad, man. This has been the best batch I think we've ever gotten. They're healthy looking too. Appreciate your contribution to the pasture. They're messy birds, but man, they sure taste good. There's nothing like a homegrown chicken. You know, the temptation is when times are good like they are right now, there aren't really any food shortages, no animal shortages. Everything seems to be going good other than beef prices are ridiculously high. The temptation would be to just give up, you know. Hey, food shortages are gone, they're a thing of the past. Let's just go back to buying our food and we don't have to take care of all these animals. But that's not wise. It's not wise. There'll be food shortages again. We got too many big people playing with people, and they're trying to control. Whatever the reasonings may be, it's never going to end. It's only going to get worse. And the more self-sufficient you can be, the better. It gives you peace of mind. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about what's getting pumped into your food, because even all of the organic food now, it's no different than the rest of the stuff on the stores. They can spray it with a lot of the same garbage, the chemicals, the preservatives, the appeal stuff, all that's allowed, you know. And I don't necessarily fault the farmers, because if you're doing it for a business, just growing my own stuff, it's a lot of work to get rid of weeds. And they've created corn, they've created peanuts, they've created a lot of stuff in our area that's resistant to Roundup. And like the peanut field that was right over here across from us, it's, I don't know, a couple hundred acres. They just harvested. Right before they harvested, we drove by there and was looking at this beautiful peanut field. There was not a weed to be seen. No weeds whatsoever. It was a perfect green rows of peanuts, no weeds growing up in them. And I'm like, man, that's like everyone's dream, to have a garden that looks that good, you know. But that's done with herbicides, you know. It's otherwise the weeds would be higher than the peanuts. That's how mine were last year. We grew peanuts and it was the weeds were higher than the peanuts. You couldn't even see them. So when I pulled them up, I was pulling more grass up than I was pulling peanut plants. But so, you know, it's easy to understand why they do what they do. With wheat, with oats, all that kind of stuff, they go in there, spray the fields with Roundup, kill them. It dries out quicker. They can get it harvested off the field. They don't have to let it sit out there and dry for 2 months on the field. They can get it up within 2 weeks, and they can plant their next crop. But that's why we are the way we are now, a sickly country. It's all about making a dollar over health. And the people that say it's okay to use, you know, they get paid to say that. So I don't ever see a time in our future, even when we don't have a lot of kids and, you know, they're up and grown, that we won't be still growing our own food. I think it's great to teach them how to garden, how to care for animals, how to raise your own animals, care for them. If they choose to do it or not, that's up to them. But they're learning the value of having your own vegetables, your own meat grown on your own property, so you see what's in the food. So I apologize, my camera's shaking around a lot because of the wind, but it's a very breezy day today. So I would encourage you, now would be the time to start getting seeds, getting animals, getting infrastructure built, and getting ready for the hard times, because hard times are going to come again. You know, homesteading's not that popular anymore. It's peaked in about 2020, 2021, and has been on a slow decline ever since. And now it's like, you even see a lot of YouTube channels that were doing homesteading and farming are kind of just giving it up. They're not, I'm not saying they're giving up their lifestyle, but they're giving up YouTube, and it's not as popular as it once was. So I don't plan on going anywhere though. I plan on keeping on, and with our family, and with doing YouTube. So kind of a short video today, but I want to at least share something so y'all know we were still alive. Please keep us in your prayers. If we can survive another week and a half, I think we'll be all right. We'll get this house done and get back to our normal farm stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.